Gautama Buddha always told his children that what we say has a lot of power. He said that the mouth is like the sharpest knife in the world. He also said that the words we use are the most dangerous tool in the world. People can feel bad after hearing our words, even if they don't hurt them literally. When we don't know when, where, or how much to say, our words can be both a strength and a weakness. If we're kind and smart at the right times, it can help us succeed. But if we're mean or at the wrong times, it can make our lives very hard. Friends, today I'm going to tell you a story that will show you how important it is to be quiet and how it can change your life. This story will show you how strong silence can be. In India long ago, there was a well-known Buddhist monk who lived in the middle of a forest, away from all the noise of the world. He was very famous all over India and was a very meditative guy. The king came to him one day and said, "Respected monk, I'm always tired, angry, and worn out. Even though I have money, fame, and all the nice things a person could want, my mind is very stir-crazy. I still don't feel at peace inside. Brother monk, please help me calm my mind down." The monk told him, "You already know the answer, you just haven't found it yet. I'd like to try something new. Would you like to try that out? There will be no more trouble and worry in your life after this experiment." Even though he was upset, the king told the monk, "I am ready to do anything for my peace of mind." In a calm voice, the monk answered, "You will stay in my monastery for 10 days and live like any other person. You will sit alone in silence for 10 days and try not to talk much." The king agreed with what the monk said. He noticed that his mind was more antsy than normal on the first day. He had a lot of questions and thoughts all the time, and having a simple life like everyone else made him feel uneasy. Despite his strong desire to speak, he fought the urge and kept quiet, sitting still. He didn't expect to feel calm and happy as the night went on, but he did. He was confused by this event because he couldn't figure out why his anxiety was going away. Even the next day, the king continued to be alone and watch flowers, plants, and birds in the sky. He really noticed the beauty of nature around him for the first time. He was able to see and connect with nature all around him. As the days went by, all of his inner turmoil and restlessness slowly went away. It was on the 10th day that he fell into deep thought. He closed his eyes and fell into a deep state of meditation as they closed on their own. His mind was free of stress. The king felt a deep sense of peace inside. After 10 days of serious meditation, he went up to the Buddhist monk and told him, "Respected monk, I have found out why my mind was so troubled. I used to talk too much and focus too much on other people, thinking bad things about them," he said. "Talking and thinking negatively all the time wasted my time and messed up my mind. Because of this behavior, I wasn't able to do my work well, and I started failing at almost everything. All of these failures made me even more unhappy and easily irritated. It kept having a bad effect on my life. On the other hand, these 10 days were life-changing. That's when I realized I was living my life wrong. Now I feel like I'm really living it to the best. I also learned that we don't have to force meditation, it just happens on its own." The Buddhist monk said that many people in the world talk too much, not just the king. Many people still hurt others with their words, and saying too much is still making their lives hard. The monk told the king how important it was to be quiet. Someone in the class asked Gautama Buddha one time why he was always so quiet, he said. Buddha replied, "I keep quiet to go inside myself deeply. To really know yourself, you need to start with silence. You can't find out about yourself without silence. Being quiet is the first thing that needs to be done. If you only talk when you have to, you'll see that about 90% of the time we talk is useless. People shouldn't have talked so much. It might have been able to solve 90% of the problems. When people are quieter, there are not as many fights, tense moments, and arguments. There would be fewer problems in the world if both people learned to be quiet. People who know how important silence is can be calm even in a busy place. It can be great to be by yourself. Being around other people can sometimes make us feel bad. To begin, you should find peace within yourself and enjoy the silence, which will let your inner energy run. Allow your thoughts to calm down. If the thought of other people wakes you up, it's helpful to close your eyes and get in touch with your inner self. Because that's where your life starts, you'll feel healthy and new inside. It doesn't come from someone else, it comes from you. If no one else can take you inside, you have to do it yourself. So look inside because you are in charge of your own personal world. That's where happiness and life begin. If you look deep inside yourself, you'll find the depths of life and even the idea of death. This trip inside yourself is like seeing the sun rise and set over and over again in your life. You'll feel better every time you return from this inner trip. It's like being cool after a bath. In the same way, people often feel calmer and happier after taking some time to be alone and think. Being in touch with your inner self will keep your mind from getting upset when you talk. Instead, you always feel calm inside. You can talk to other people and still be in touch with yourself. You don't have to break your inner peace to use words. If you do this, your words will sound beautiful, like music, and everything will be in tune. People will be deeply affected by the way you talk. You can tap into a strong inner strength and break free from social pressures when you keep your inner silence. You'll feel a special kind of happiness in life, like people who follow their dreams with all their heart. It will make your face brighter and your eyes shine in a new way as you dive into the ocean of peace that never ends. Friends, you may have noticed that talking too much doesn't make you feel better. It's hard to keep our thoughts in check and stay on task. When someone talks too much, it's hard for them to focus on one thing. That's why they can't give their goals their full attention and often miss out on finding the true meaning of life, which makes it harder for them to get what they want and be successful. Also, you may have noticed that people make fun of people who talk too much, while people respect people who speak little but stand by what they say. This is because people tend to listen to what someone says and believe what they say. A person with a confused mind, on the other hand, usually fails because they aren't interested in what they're doing. Knowing when, where, and what to say is a sign of real intelligence, and people who can do this well in a variety of scenarios. People who don't talk as much tend to get more attention and be successful in many areas. One thing we notice about successful people is that they use few words and think carefully about what they say. This helps them be successful. There are, on the other hand, many people who talk too much and often lie and say bad things about others, which can hurt relationships and identities. That's why people who are close to them try to avoid them. A lot of old writings from different cultures talk about how the things we say show what we believe and value. Being still makes us more gentle, which in turn makes us more aware. Meditating can help us learn more about who we are. Friends, I think you should be alone every day for at least 10 minutes. This has the power to make your life so much better. We have reached the end of our Zen journey. I'd like to ask you to join our Inspire a Zen community. Please show your support by clicking like and sharing this story with your friends. Also, please leave a comment below with your thoughts or any Zen stories you'd like to hear next. Also, don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell to get more times of inspiration and peace. Your participation keeps us going. Thanks for going with us on this path of knowledge and enlightenment.